May 15, 2025, 6:31 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mayor Alma Beltran,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Sabrina Rodriguez.
Present.
Councilmember Juanita Molina,
Present.
Councilmember Diego Garza,
Present.
Councilmember Kathy Solorio, Treasurer Ishmael Spandola.
Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, then, we have some additions, Megan?
Yes, Mayor, thank you very much. We have the addition to the closed session agenda of the matter of Reyes pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9. And the reason for that is because of newly discovered information impacting this case that is time sensitive, and I've been asked to request it to be put on closed session agenda for that reason.
Thank you. So do we have a motion to,
Motion.
motion from Sabrina?
Second.
Second from Janie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 5 yes.
Thank you.
And Lena, could you make sure that that reflects that statement on the minutes? Thank you. Okay, so we have public comments. Anybody from the public? Okay, hearing none. Do we have consent calendar? Any item from the consent calendar anyone wants to discuss for anybody from the public? No? So we have a motion to approve item 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Motion.
Diego? Kathy, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 5 yes. Okay, we can move on to the next regular business. We have item 5, the necessary action, resolution number 2025-35, authorizing the acting city manager to issue a tax order to initiate the preparation of the City of Parlier Vision Zero Action Plan. Serta? Who?
Our
Javier?
city engineer.
Yeah. So this is a grant we got last year. It's a Safe Streets for All planning grant. I've talked about it a few times in council, but we haven't had the official resolution authorizing it to start with that project. So essentially, it's Safe Streets for All plan. We'll be looking at, working with PD, looking at all the accidents around town, and then planning for a Vision Zero, essentially 0 deaths in our traffic collisions by a certain date. And we're going to target specific, we'll target specific projects throughout the years to have a plan pretty much to get us there to that Vision Zero by a certain time. And this grant funds help us achieve that goal. It's a match on it, but we're able to use our road funds for the match. So it's additionally, the Safe Streets for All funding program has $900 million for construction projects that they're giving out every year, federal funds. So it's one of the few federal funds left. So it's really important that we have that plan. So we have, that plan opens us up to be able to apply for the construction
Is
funding.
that the state one?
This one's federal, Safe Streets for All. It's one of the few federal ones that is being funded.
And that's more competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's got a big budget, over $900 million a year, so.
Let me know when you do submit so I can get the letters of support. Because at the federal level, they can do that too. So that can help us maybe get to the top
Yeah,
of the stack of applicants.
yeah.
So just let me know. Any other questions? Any questions? Any from the public? Thank you for applying for that. It's very important, Javier. So do we have a motion to approve resolution number 2025-35?
Motion.
Diego and then Sabrina. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none. Motion carries 5 yes. And we have, the next item is item number 6. Is this one also, Javier, for the mitigation?
Yeah.
hazard Mitigation?
Again, it's consideration necessary action, resolution 2025-36, authorizing acting city manager to issue task order to initiate the preparation of City of Parlier hazard mitigation plan. So this plan is something actually that California Consulting applied for us, and this was last year as well. We've been reporting on it because we received the grant earlier this year, but we haven't been able to authorize to start it, and that's what tonight will be. We'll authorize that. The hazard mitigation plan is something that FEMA requires for us to have every 5 years. And it's pretty much, you look at, okay, what areas are flooding, how do we mitigate that? And then what other hazards could be in the area that we should be looking at, a tornado or earthquake. And so FEMA requires this of cities so that we can be prepared in case something happens. So this hazard mitigation plan also has construction funding. So once we identify projects there too, we could search for construction funding through SEMA. So it really sets us up.
Okay. Any questions? Any from the public? No? Okay, so do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2025-36?
Motion.
Diego? Second. Kathy? All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5 yes. Okay, we can move on to item number 7. And that's necessary action for Resolution 2025-37, authorizing the consultant services agreement with IGS Services for the completion of the comprehensive water rate study. Javier, I'm sure it's you too.
Yeah, I think this is my last one. Oh, no, it's not my last one. So if you guys recall, a while back, we talked about water rates and what we can do to help citizens, and it was something that was priority for the council. So I talked to Dan Birdman, which is our consultant that did our water rate study previously. So we looked closely at the water rates, and we determined that the only possible thing that could help us help the citizens is essentially come up with a tiered rate system, where if you conserve water, you might pay less per the gallon of water versus somebody who doesn't care about conservation and wants to use a lot more water. They would pay a little bit more. So this would authorize him to take a look at that and start the process of a rate study, bringing it to council, discussing the different alternatives of the rates and how that would look, just how he did last time, if you guys recall, when he did the initial rate study. So if we approve his contract tonight, we can get started on planning for those tiered rates and seeing the feasibility behind it.
So I have a question on that. Are we not going to look into the fact that we were increasing rates for also the PG&E that's at the wastewater treatment plant? Because as you recall, those solar panels do not work. They haven't worked in I don't know how many years, but because that solar system came in back in 2010, I think it is. So I'm sure it's outdated. Mm-hmm. And is anyone looking into that? Because if they're not performing the way they're supposed to, and we're paying for the solar and not getting in return what we're supposed to get in return, so instead of passing the buck to the residents, as I mentioned the last meeting when we had it at the police department, we need to fix that problem, because the rate study that was done previously was for the TCP project filtration system that we installed, right? Mm-hmm. Since it's fully funded by the state and also by the lawsuit, we need to have a study that's going to fix that issue and make sure that it doesn't show that it's because of the filtration system and maybe whatever other findings that he may find, but to eliminate that clause on that resolution that it was for the TCP filtration system. And also to fix the problem that we have with the solar, because it's been an ongoing problem and no one seems to fix it.
So
I know it's not on you, but now that you're doing a study, maybe that's how we can address it.
Yeah. So when we do the water rate study with our consultant, they look at all our books and they see what was charged to the water account, and then they plan for that. Is that a recurring cost? Is that something that is going to keep being charged? And if so, then you project it outward, and that's how you get your new rate. But if it's being charged into the water account, or if it's not, we're not getting credits from the solar and the water account, then all that will come out in the rate study. It'll be real numbers.
Yeah, because we really do need, sort of, if they can look into that, because that's been an ongoing problem, and it's never been fixed. And I know that we've had challenges with the ones that own it now, because they went bankrupt, and then, and there's a new owner, I think it's from, I don't know, it's out of state. And we're paying them, but it's not functioning. So maybe if they can look into that to make sure that they send somebody to, maybe they can send someone from their department to fix it. I think Public Works de Bosque must know. I remember that he said they had gone over there years ago to look at the problem, but I don't know if they ever, what they did with it. Yeah. Because they do need to do their part, because we're not just going to keep paying and it doesn't work.
I can look into the, I know with the chief, we've talked about it in the past, so we can look into, report back about the solar.
Yeah. Okay. Is there?
Silicone?
Yeah, Silicon Ranch.
I've
Yes.
had communication lately through email correspondence with their contact personnel. They should be, and I'm pretty much demanded that they come out and give us a progress report on the system, and if the system is generating energy and at what level, and if it's a benefit. So we're going to do a full evaluation on that. But they are responding to my emails, so we should have some information for you soon.
They've been responding, but there's no action, is what I'm saying, because they did come out here and they talked to De Bosque, but it's never been fixed. And the thing is that if we're going to continue to pay, and wouldn't that be a breach of contract as well, because it's a purchase agreement?
Mayor,
I know we're kind of a little bit off.
we're totally off, and it's not
No,
on the agenda.
it's on the study.
But let me just say this, that I was just having that conversation with your city manager and your city engineer before the meeting. So my suggestion is, and I don't know if it's a contract or a settlement agreement, or I have no idea.
It's a contract.
But if I were copied on any communications, any documents pulled up, so I could take a look at them where we're at. I know that I noticed that the city is paying every month, and it's not clear to me what the city is paying for. So I've already voiced those concerns. I think if we put it on the agenda the next time out, then
Yeah.
we can report back.
Yeah,
if
because
that's all right with
the
you.
reason I mentioned is because this was part of the last,
I understand.
when they stated that it was for the study. But it is a purchase agreement, and we can put it on the next meeting for June. I don't think it will be the second meeting in June because graduation. And that will also give you time to get any information that's pertaining to that so that you can review.
Okay, then we'll work together, and also Myra, I chatted with her a little bit, so we're all on the same page. So let's do our best to bring it back in
June, like the
June.
third week, the second meeting in June,
Okay,
the 19th.
thank you.
My question is, did this affect the community in any way in their bill or anything?
The one at the sewer treatment plant, I believe, is only for sewer.
Okay,
It's not for water, but we can look into that.
please
Yeah,
do.
that's
Thank
why,
you.
that's why they're gonna do this study, to kind of look into what the problems are. And with Serta and Megan and Javier and Dan Bergman, because I think he's aware of it as well. So that way you guys can figure out what's going on, but that's been an ongoing problem. Okay, so is there any questions from the public? Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Diego, do you have a second? Second. Sabrina, all those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5 yes. And next, we will move on to item number 8, and that's the consideration and necessary action resolution number 2025-38, authorizing the contract award for downtown facade improvements projects to Yanis Construction. Can you, Javier?
Thank you. Just give me 1 second, pulling up the documents. Okay, so as we know, with our downtown facade project, we rebid the project, and we had bid opening. It was, I think, the week before last. But we did receive two bids, and one was from Llanes Construction, and one was from Vijamejo Construction.
Same two?
Same two.
Okay.
So, in front of you tonight, you have the lowest bidder, which is Llanes Construction, for the design build of the downtown facades of the rest of the buildings. And the low bid was for $424,700, which is still underneath our budget.
Okay, is there any questions? Any from the public? Hearing none, do you have a motion?
Motion.
Motion from Diego, second from Kathy. All those in favor? It's 4 yes and 1 abstain. Okay. I don't have the other part. I'm looking for the other side. Do you have it? That's what I'm looking. 1 abstention. I'm abstaining. I'm abstaining. I don't know what, let me look at yours. Let me just look at yours. Okay, so next we have item, I'll try to find it. Item number 9. And that's consideration and necessary action, resolution number 2025-39, approving transportation agreement between the city of Parlier and Parlier Unified School District.
Yes, Mayor, Council, residents of Parlier, before you is a recommendation to approve a transportation contract entered Parlier Unified School District and the city of Parlier. Currently, we have a grant that provides outdoor recreation for our youth. And so there are several recreational outdoor events that are scheduled, and transportation is essential, and it's actually part of the grant. And the school has agreed to provide that transportation at a nominal cost that has yet to be identified, but they have agreed to contribute to the cause to help their kids experience the outdoor trips that we have scheduled, and the actual contract is attached. And we're recommending the council approve this contract with Parlier Unified School District for transportation for outdoor trips.
What you guys used to do back, I remember a while back, right?
Yes, yeah. So they've helped us in the past. This time the grant requires an actual contract, so we put the contract together to facilitate this
Okay.
grant.
Is there any questions from the council? Any from the public? Okay, hearing none, do we have a motion to approve resolution 2539?
Motion.
Diego, and second from Sabrina. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, motion carries 5 yes. And move on to item number 10. Yeah, item number 10. Consideration and necessary action, approval for 2025-40, authorizing the city manager to issue a task order to initiate, this is for the water basin? I was thinking it was the same one that we just, because it seems the same. Basin improvements, who's that? Javier?
Yeah, so essentially, this is part 2 of the Richard Flores project that we've all been kind of waiting for. Part 1 is complete. We were successful with that. But we did, if we've been talking about it since last year, that we applied for the Stormwater Reuse Municipal Grant, OSG, and we received another $5.2 million to do phase 2. So we plan on restoring the field back, and also putting underground chambers, which I've presented when we were applying for the grant. So I think we're pretty familiar with it, but this will authorize us to get the project started and
Is this
get
going to be
going
the
with it.
final one? Because I know that you
Yes.
said it was going to be done in phases.
Yeah, this is the
when
final
we First
phase.
approved it. So will this be the final? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any other questions?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, okay. No, I just, thank you, Javier, for that, and we've seen it's going really good. Hopefully, it looks really nice after it's done. I did talk to some of the Flores family in an event that I was at, and they would be love to come when we reopen it, when we finish the project, and we do a ribbon cutting for it. They would really be happy to come and join us for that, and I think it'd be a good idea, being that that's their family member.
Yeah.
So we can do that.
Yeah.
And let them know that when we have the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this project should start within the next 4 months. So it's a fast track project. We are planning being done before next summer. So
Okay.
weather permitting will be.
Once you
Thank you.
find out closest date, then notify us.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to clarify, Javier, the field will be on the west side of the park, and then the chambers will be under the dirt that it is now. So it's not going to elevate anything. It's going to go further into the
Right.
ground.
Yeah.
Like, just so that the people understand, because a lot of them are like, I thought it was going to have a field. They thought that was the chamber, the way it is. So I
It's
just
gonna
want to
go
make
up.
sure I clarify that for the people out there that want to know. So it's going to go deeper than what it is, stored under, and then have the baseball field on the left hand side.
Yep. On the left hand, yeah, definitely. On the left hand side, you can actually already see the diamond. It's already the sidewalk's been poured with phase one. It's just the sidewalk of the diamond, but it's there on the left hand side. And if we recall, we were actually supposed to go around 18 feet deep, but we weren't gonna be able to fit a baseball field at the bottom. So this grant helped us kind of save the baseball field and store the water underground, and while still keeping the baseball field. So
Yeah, so, I think a lot of people didn't know that it was a two-phase project, so, because if not, then it'll be under construction for a very, very long time. But thank you. Is
Again,
there
I
any other
just
questions?
from me, I just finish is saying thank you.
Okay.
for-
thanks.
Thank you for clarifying that, Diego, because people were asking, is it just gonna be the hall? I'm like, no, it's gonna be the baseball field. And yes, of course, the Flores family, which is part of I am related to the Flores family. They would be more than happy to come, and I was expecting that to happen anyways. But just to kind of that was their question. Is that gonna come back? And again, athletic family, so they're really excited to see that happen again.
That's great.
Thank you. Is there any other questions? A motion?
I motion. Yeah.
Okay, motion, and Janie second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5 yes. Okay, next item is item 11, and this one is a resolution request council to approve. These are the ADUs and finally the guidelines for the state to get. Did you ever find out, before we get started on this, did you ever find out what was it, because when we were talking about the habitat, and they were asking about the timeline, how much time we have left with these funds, because it's a 5-year thing, so I know
I think it's been 2 years.
it has been 2 years then.
So we got 3.
Only 3 years left to be able to utilize it all.
Yeah.
If not, then
Yeah.
it goes back.
Yeah.
So get a hold of Habitat and maybe you guys can
Yeah.
work on
Oh,
something.
yes. I've already sent the emails to Jeff,
Okay,
and he's
good.
communicating. But
Awesome. Go ahead.
Mayor, council, residents of Parlier, before you, this is a follow-up. Our Cal Home grant that we got some time ago was a $3 million award, and it's for assistance for first-time home buyers, ADUs and JADUs. Self-help is contracted. We contracted with self-help, and they followed up with completing the guidelines. And this is to approve the guidelines so we can submit them back to the state, and so self-help can launch the program that will assist residents. So there's 2 things here. One is to approve the guidelines. The second thing is I need to make a recommendation to change the amount of assistance. So initially, we had recommended that the council set the assistance at a maximum of $75,000 per applicant. After further discussions with self-help and based on the increase in materials and buildings and the cost of new homes, which is substantially higher than we thought, starting at close to $400,000. The recommendation is to increase the maximum amount of assistance to 100,000 instead of 75,000. So I would ask the council to approve that that change.
I think it would be best, and because they are correct. There's no way you're gonna get people into those homes, and if we only have 3 years left,
Yeah.
you don't wanna, and I look at you, Myra, because you're part of that whole process, that you're probably gonna be communicating with them a lot. You wanna make sure that they utilize all those funds, because we don't want anything to go back.
Yeah, they didn't feel that it would be real successful if anything less than 100,000. They feel that that would be more. It would make it a simple process, and more people would qualify if they could help more people at 100,000. Not many people at 75,000 would base, because it's a low income award, and so they would need more. So more funding makes it a lot more beneficial
Did
for the
we-
applicant.
Is the state aware of that?
Actually, the state recommended
Okay, good.
200,000.
The reason I'm saying is because
Yeah.
before, the state was not allowing that. Because of something about the income guidelines. I know that they try to increase it higher, but the state was not allowing. This is before the housing crisis stuff came up.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
as long
okay.
as they're aware of it, I have no.
Yeah,
problem.
actually,
Any
the state
questions from the council?
came back and recommended 200,000, but I think we can service more people at 100,000, and so did Self-Help, and they're their consultant. So I think we need a vote on that, because in the
So I
past.
just want to ask
Okay.
if anybody has any questions?
No, if that was the recommendation, I mean, I'm okay with that. And yeah, it's ridiculously, the homes are ridiculously
Any-
expensive.
Any questions from the public? So then we approve the motion to, and we need to amend
Yeah.
the amount to.
Amend the
100.
max assistance amount to 100,000 from 75,000, and approve the guidelines.
We can approve the guidelines. Do you want to do it separate, Megan, or should we do it together? Because there's an amendment for the actual
Max-
amount, which one is from here?
The max amount is recommended at 100,000. Previously, the council agreed to 75,000, so I'm asking the council to
Yeah.
agree to 100,000 and amend the,
But do you want to do it separately or all together, Megan?
I think that you can approve the resolution, which includes the
Everything.
guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And under the guidelines, the maximum loan needs to be reflected as 100,000. And that covers it. So if you approve the resolution
With the amendment
with the
reflecting the 100.
amendment of the maximum loan amount from 75,000 to 100,000, and any other documents that reflect only 75,000 needs to be changed, then you've covered everything.
Okay. Okay, then we'll do that, since it's already on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you? If not, Megan, you got it? Okay. All right. Is there any questions again from the public? No? Okay, hearing none. Do we have a motion to approve? Jane,
Second.
second, Diego. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 5 yes. Okay, here we go. All right, Chief. Brief comments.
yes, so, oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to let the council know that Janie put me in contact with the Fresno Madera Aging Commission or something like that. Well, she put me in contact with them, and I've been working with them, and we are hopefully starting July 1st going to have the EOC food program back at the Senior Center. They are providing us with new ovens. They're going to replace the ovens that are there, brand new ovens, a brand new refrigerator, brand new warmer, ice machine, tables and chairs, shelves. They're going to be providing the lunches for the seniors every day. I've been working on getting the Senior Center ready for that with the staff. And hopefully July 1st, we'll have all the paperwork. I'll bring it to the council for approval. I just wanted to let you guys know that
Okay.
we've been working on that.
Great, thank you. Chief?
Yeah, I just want to continue to thank staff, everybody that's working really hard and getting things organized and in order, and we're in a progressive direction. So I want to thank everybody for that and thank the council as well.
All right.
And would like to continue to thank staff for all their hard work. Thank you, Bertha. I know you did a lot for that. I really appreciate it. I think it's going to benefit our seniors as it is our city. And they'll know where their lunches are coming from every day. So thank you for all your hard work for that. I did get asked again when we're going to have another senior event, because they still want more information from the informational booths that came to our senior event. So we'll probably get together and do that again. Thank you, Javier, for helping me with that community outreach that we did. Very, very good. They really loved it. So we have scheduled another one for, I believe, next month, the 11th. And hopefully we'll do it later in the evening. And the community outreach is for District 2. So I want to bring some of my residents from our district just to give inputs of what they would like to see in our district. So thank you for helping me with that. And thank everybody for a good job.
Thank you, Bertha. We had mentioned it before Janie had made that contact with you, and I did see them at one of the events, and we had talked about it before about the food and stuff for the senior center. So I'm glad that's gonna start. I just wanted to say, if we already have another collaborative joint meeting with the district and the city members, thank you. Because I know there's some talks going around about some collaboration. It's been posted out on social media, and I just don't like that it was posted before I knew anything or council knew anything. Again, I hope you have an update on your comments. Thank you.
This is the appropriate time. Right
Yes. So again, hopefully we can get together and kind of talk about things, what's the possibilities in the future, all of us together, and then that make sure our city manager is our acting city manager at this time is also involved with that. But again, thank you for reaching out, but I'd like to have another
I didn't reach
meeting.
out. I'll go over it right now.
Okay. I just don't like seeing that, because people are asking, what are you guys doing? I don't know. That's my answer, because we don't know.
Me or the school.
But again, we just hope to get more information and be part of that collaboration. And can you stop? Can you all stop so I can finish making my comment without interruptions? Because again,
Okay.
things are posted and none of us know about it except for you. Except for, well, yeah, but again, their superintendent and their board president were involved, and only you on council, not even chief, was involved. But again, I do. I get it.
Mayor,
I get it.
excuse me, but
I get it.
this
I'm
councilwoman
speaking.
has the
It's
floor.
my time right now. It's not an attack. I'm just saying. I don't. That's the.
Okay.
I started off wrong. Please do not take offense to what I'm about to say. That was my first. I should have said that first. I just think we need to communicate more as a council. Just be informative. Even it's like, hey, I'm gonna meet with them. I'll update you. Even chief, like, hey, this is gonna happen, just so that we're not blindsided, because the public comes and asks us, and we have no clue. But again, that's why I said I hope you have an update, because just to kind of clarify what was posted. But again, thank you. Those were my comments.
Okay. I'll explain everything, and you'll find out. It was totally uncalled for. Premature. Yes, it is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to thank all city staff, from Public Works to police officers and the office staff in the department and all of City Hall. I appreciate you guys. Keep working hard. Our rec department, thank you, Rachel, as always. Bertha, you do a lot for us, and we want to thank you again, and for especially our seniors who, a lot of times can be there, and we have to be there to support them. So thank you for helping Janie and bringing that program. I'm pretty sure they're going to be really appreciative, because we are appreciative of that. So thank you. And that, Javier, thank you. You had a lot on the agenda today, and it just shows how hard you work for our city, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Berta, Janie, for doing what you guys did for the seniors. It's very important, very important. Another thing is, again, Javier, thank you too, and I'm sorry, I know what happened, all the stuff that's going on, and you're working your best to get it done. And you know what I recommended, hopefully it would be good. And I shared it with my council members, so like that they won't say I'm taking care of business myself, because that's not the way it's supposed to work. It's good to know what's going on, and like Sabrina said, we don't want to be blindsided. We don't want to go through the same thing when we find out when something's done, like the community center floor, $50,000 we gave away right there, 50,000 on the
was
floor,
fixed.
and it was just by one person. So we need to start working together, and that's what I'm stressing. That's what I'm stressing, that we have to work together.
You
So we'll,
don't.
are you done?
You don't. You just say you do, but you don't. Always stalking me too.
I'll stop until she finishes.
I don't care. Sit there.
So anyway, we're getting a point across that we have to work united as a team. We can't go and think because we all got the same power. We all do, however you see it. But some of us share, and we have a concern. It goes to the city manager, and we share it. I'll share it with one of the council members to help me think. I'll call the engineer, and we're on the same page. But I don't do business by myself on the side, or none of us do. We all share what we gotta do. And that's what's very important for us, because we lost a lot of money because of that.
Okay.
So anyway, like I was saying,
you.
it's very important for us to work together. Javier, thank you again, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Thank everybody.
Thank
Mayra,
everyone.
thank everybody. Okay, thank you.
Thank everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, again, this is very premature and throwing a fit because people reach out to me. The problem is that you don't understand that I am the mayor, respect the part that I'm the mayor. Everybody reaches out to the mayor. Go to any other city, guess what? They reach out to the mayor. And the premature part about it is that they reached out to Javier, they reached out to myself because they wanted to talk to me so that we could schedule a joint meeting. I don't have to run to everybody because now you created a violation of the Brown Act by me trying to get everybody involved when you can discuss it when we have a joint meeting like the way we did the last time. So they reached out to me. The school board reached out to me, reached out to Javier because they had concerns on some traffic issues in the front of the school at the junior high and I think at the high school where they wanted to mitigate the congestion in that area. So that is the reason why they contacted Javier. Now they contacted me because they are working on the fonts and they reached out to me and said, hey, is there any way we can set up a meeting so that we can have a joint discussion so we can apply for a grant that is with the city and the school to help restore the fonts. I said, yeah, we can schedule something up, but everybody, because they put pictures up, that's on them. If they want to put pictures of what their plans are, don't get upset. That's a tantrum. Oh, I wasn't in there. I didn't know. I cannot, because you don't know doesn't mean that you have to know everything. There's a process you can follow. You would have known about it once we would have scheduled that. But you guys want to know right the instant something is on the on Facebook. I didn't post anything. Go contact them. If you're having a fit on what they said or what they posted, I have no control on what others post. Just like the one that always keeps posting negative stuff over here, and then later on she's saying that she wants to be working together. No.
Here
So
she goes
if you
slandering me again.
have a problem.
For the record,
then
can you put that Alma's slandering
stop.
me again? Put it on
Okay,
the record,
all
okay?
right.
I'm gonna need it anyway.
I have all the evidence. I have all the screenshots. So if you have a problem, reach out to them. Don't come in here and throw it at theatrics because you didn't get notified. I mean, the process is the process. You can't wait for that process, then you're impatient. I was barely going to bring it up today. We just met. How long ago did we meet? When was the post? Just recently. Gosh, just the other day.
Just a question.
I know, but still, but it's up here. But the thing is, it's on live stream. And
The
it couldn't
community
have
sees
been-
who's
it
throwing the
couldn't-
tantrum.
It couldn't have been a phone call and asked, hey, Mayor, what's going on? I'm being asked. No phone call. On live stream so that everybody starts seeing that everybody's arguing again. That wasn't caused by me. That was caused by this impatience of not waiting for us to have the joint meeting. And maybe we shouldn't even meet and just say, you know what? I don't think they want to work because they're already throwing a fit. So, no, this is
Who's throwing the fit?
You guys act immature.
She's showing in the camera. She's throwing her fit,
Well,
and
then
she
why
blames
are you getting
everybody but
upset?
herself.
But
That's a
see,
narcissist.
Right now, you guys are okay with interrupting me, but you throw a fit the minute that I try to explain something. But
Look
it's okay
who's
for you
having
guys
a
to do it.
fit.
We're wearing shorts to a council meeting. That's another thing.
Look at who's having a
dress
fit.
code. It should be appropriate. Dress professionally. That's
Act
another thing.
professionally.
So you never do with your third grade
Act
education.
professionally.
Can we get back on track with the agenda,
Again,
please?
but it's again, Megan, because they won't let me speak, but when I'm interrupting them, they get all offensive and oh my God, they don't let me speak, right?
I
And then when
understand.
I'm talking, they don't want me to say what I'm saying.
But did
Mayor,
you
can
see when she
finish?
interrupted?
And Councilmember Solorio, let the mayor finish, and then we'll move on to the department heads, please. And there's a number of things that need to be said from your department heads, so let's move forward, please.
Yeah, I'm serious. This is what
There
I
she
deal
goes
with.
still again.
This is what I deal with, and I'm
Councilmember
tired of
Solorio.
it. This is why you are talking, you had the floor. Can we just have her step outside if she can't handle me talking?
Mayor, at the moment, you have
Sorry.
the floor.
Because I have the floor, she will
And
not
please
stop.
finish. And everyone else, let the mayor finish her update, and then let's move on to
Yes.
being updated by the department heads.
Thank you. We're done with I'm the last one, and then we'll go into closed session. So,
I think your finance director might have something to say, and I don't know about
no, he already did.
the finance director to my right.
He already said something.
I'm not talking about the chief. Did you have anything you want to add as far as updating on any matters?
I could, Chief, would you like me to update?
With it,
I think this is just, is this the right time for that? No,
It
this
could
is-
be.
this is
It's at the end of the regular agenda.
So-
So let's, next time, okay. Let's move forward then, if we can go into closed
and
session.
let me know in advance before I let everybody go, because that normally I have staff go and then
Sure,
we're
I
at the end.
understand.
So again, we met and they're already working on this renovation of the fonts. They already were working with their grant writers. They just wanted to do a joint application because if we do a joint application, it's more successful because they see that the city and the school are working together to try to get this project going. So that is one of the things that I was going to bring up today. But again, so that is what we're working on. And the other thing that I had to bring up is, Myra, are we paying,
I just wanted to say, I want to clarify so there's no issues. They did send me an email to send to the council to invite them for a joint meeting. I sent it out, but our emails have been glitching, so it didn't go. Just like the agenda, I sent it out on Monday evening, but it didn't go through, and I screenshotted it to show you guys in case anybody asked questions, because I did try, it was technical issues.
Yeah.
They weren't going out, so I did send out an email to everybody on the council letting them know of the joint meeting, but it didn't
they
go
gave
through.
tentative dates, yes.
I'm not sure the date, but I did.
Yeah,
try to
they
send it.
gave tentative dates, so like I said, we kind of need to be patient and work through that process because they set up the time frame of what date, what time. It's at their location, like we did the last one, so just have them resend it to you if you need to. But that's one thing. If in the future you have a question, please pick up the phone. That would be better. Myra, I have a question for you. So are we paying any payments on any lawsuits right now?
On any lawsuits that I'm aware of, no.
So the city of Parlier is not currently paying any money to any lawsuit that was settled?
Not that I'm aware of, but I can definitely give you a definite answer next
So
time.
let me
so I
just
can
ask
search
one
on that.
question. The other one is because there was a comment from a council member in Selma that made a statement in regards to Parlier. And I don't know where he's getting his information that is not accurate, and made an allude to that we are currently paying a settlement of $1 million to a former chief, which is not correct. We are not paying anything to a former chief in a lawsuit, correct?
Correct.
So I don't know where he's getting this, and I don't like to hear when people tell me why is Selma saying this, especially a council member in Selma making statements like that, because somebody is giving them wrong information, misleading information, and makes Parlier look like we lost a settlement. It's in an appeal process, so nobody is paying anything currently right now to anyone that was a former employee.
To my understanding, that's all still in litigation, correct, Megan?
It's at an appeals court.
Yes.
It's stayed. There's a pending appeal, not only on the attorney fees, but also on the merits of the case, and it's moving forward, and you've been advised of that all along the way
Yeah.
in closed session.
No, I know, and thank you.
Prizes, and it's all public record.
No, and thank you for making sure that people know that it is public record, but it's not appropriate for a council member from another city to especially make statements like that about another city that he does have no understanding or no idea what's going on in that city. And it's not appropriate for him to make those kind of statements when he has no idea. So I just wanted to make that clear, and I wanted to ask you because that way it comes from our finance director and not just me saying, so that people can know there is nothing being paid into that. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the Habitat chief. So they contacted me again about the Habitat. This is a program for the community where they build, they participate and help build their homes. So they reached out to me because they wanted to talk to me as far as what we can do to help our community members. And they have a location for two homes right now. Yes. And so we set up a Zoom meeting. It was them with myself and CERTA was involved. So they will be coming in the future to present so that you guys have an understanding of what they're bringing to the city and what they're working on in Parlier. And they will also be working with self-help. So that is a good thing for the city. It's been a long time since they actually had that. Years ago. So
Excuse me.
Habitat.
Is that Habitat for Humanity?
Yes, Habitat.
For humanity?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they'll be coming. So that's one of the things. And today I just wanted to share that it was a nice event that I was invited to for the mayor's breakfast in the city of Clovis with Mayor Vong. He has a story that it was amazing on what he's accomplished and what he's doing and how he feels about helping other communities and working with especially small rural communities. Coming from not Kingsburg, Clovis, a lot of the times Clovis and Fresno stick together and they don't think about the small little communities. But with his leadership and others that are on the council now, I see that they're working with the cities, the small cities, and it was a beautiful event. Many people, a lot of mayors from throughout the Fresno County, Board of Supervisors. We had the Sheriff's Department there. We had fire department, so many people, a full house. So I had to get up real early because it had started at 7. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to getting up that early anymore. But it was a beautiful event. I parked near your location, Megan. I was almost tempted to go by there and say hi. But it was a beautiful event. So I just wanted to share that they had that. The other thing I wanted to bring up, I just was notified about this today. There's a resident asking about the cars that are I guess, on the road that are expired tags. Are we still working on that? Or what's going on with that? Because,
Yeah, recently we've focused in the school area because the students with the excessive speed, also on Manning. I don't know if you've noticed, but in Manning in between Mendocino and Zedeker, Academy, the curbs, we painted the curbs red. We were having a lot of issues with traffic hazards and just a road safety hazard. So I know that the officer's been focusing on those areas. So we're making our rounds, but we will continue to pursue that. And I know it's a big concern for the community, and we do want to do what we can to be progressive in that fashion. So we'll
Okay.
continue.
and then there was an email, I don't know if you've seen the email with Bambi's, the extension, because there's a problem with her vehicle to get things out.
Oh, yes. I had no problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check with you. Okay, because I wasn't sure if you responded or not.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, totally wasn't a problem.
Okay. Thank you, Serta. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your help. Megan?
Yes.
You have anything for our closed session?
Yes, we have two matters, one that was on the agenda and one that was added this evening. One moment, please. The first closed session item is item number 12, conference with legal counsel, public employee appointment, city manager pursuant to Government Code Section 54957. And the second matter was added as an urgent item because of time sensitivity, and that was in the matter of a current case Reyes, and that's pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9. Okay.
Okay, is there any public comments for the closed session? Okay, hearing none, we are going into closed session. Thank you.
it Lena? Is it?
Okay. All right, it's 8:13, nothing to report, meeting adjourned.